So I want to play a couple of videos before you have to get out of here. Let's play a couple of clips concerning AOC and the field and what people have been saying.
AOC, Cori Bush, and all of them say that they don't take corporate PAC. They don't take any of that money. They don't beg. They don't do that. They want to legislate. They want to spend their time doing that. Great. So that means that you can spend your extra time out here organizing. Again, DC has the highest homeless rate per capita. We are out here feeding people. Y'all don't uplift that type of stuff, but AOC can be at the Met Gala in a dress that says tax the rich. What's next? Like, they've been saying tax the rich. They've been wearing all these cool clothes. They've been making all the tweets for a really long time. And, I asked Alex this to her face. I asked her, I said, why not challenge the power of a Democratic Party in a real way? Because every single time they want to throw you under the bus for their own interests, they do that because they don't respect you or they don't respect our principles and our policies. I'm really just tired of performance. I'm ready to have conversations about like what it looks like to move from, the continuum of care system that we have to more of a housing first system. There have already been studies in New York City. There have already been studies in Denver that show that housing first works, and that when you invest in people, you end up spending less money in the long run because they start to become self-sustainable in that way. I really would have loved to see something more impactful, or maybe her just boycotting going to the Met Gala altogether, because it's a display of insane wealth, and there are people that are getting evicted right now. There are people that are starving. Before the pandemic, 46% of children in lower income houses were food insecure. So we have so many things that we could be having conversations about. There are so many things that could be starting conversations about to really challenge the nucleus of this government's power, which is the financial and war power. And we are just continuously having these like culture conversations. That's how I feel about the dress. But it was a nice cut, though. Her design.
So,
yay, Afeni!
Yes.
And while she was in that stupid, ridiculous dress, while she was in there hanging out with a bunch of really super rich people, there were protesters outside getting brutalized by cops. I mean, if that doesn't say it all, I don't know what does. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also, in terms of the Green New Deal,
but we're supposed to overlook that. We're supposed to overlook that.
And give her credit because she put tax the rich on her dress. Really? And the Green New Deal thing, it doesn't even address the military industrial complex. Not one time. Not one single fucking time does it even mention the military industrial complex, which is by far the worst polluter on planet Earth. It's not even close. But we're not going to talk about that. We can't talk about that.
Here's another one I'll just play as I think this is just music or something. Let's look at the tax the rich dress here.
Careful with the music. I don't want you to get a copyright.
That's nice. This looks like
great cut. Yeah, pretty girl.
Yeah. This looks like an accomplishment. That they list this in the article. Is this looks like a This looks like an accomplishment. Being able to wear tax the rich, right? She's bringing eyes to a topic. Tax the rich. They might as well give her credit for this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that really looks
look at her.
Like
She's
something.
So full of herself too. Look at her. That's the thing. The narcissism is so apparent. I mean, it's just on full display. And I don't know, man. It's something to watch. It is something to watch. And she does, you're right, Thomas. She does look nice. She's a pretty girl. Like she's no question about it. But I'm sorry, I'm not impressed by putting tax the rich on your dress. You're a member of Congress. You could, do something about that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and here's another one, Jimmy. This will be the last one, and then I'll get final words and let us know what's going to happen on your show tonight, Misty. But let's listen to this final video. Sabby and Jimmy,
and Debbie, of course.
So who are these people who still believe in her? Who are the people who I don't understand who the people in her district are who don't see through her?
Well, I can tell you part of the problem with her district, because I've talked to a couple of people that live in her district, nobody's challenging her. No one's there's nobody like, no one on the left is really like trying to primary challenge her. That's part of the problem. So she's like a guaranteed shoe in there. The other thing too, when they go and do these speaking engagements, all of them came to the Boston area here. They went to the PMC class neighborhoods. Like, they weren't trying to go see people that live in places like Everett or like Chelsea, like we're working class communities. They went to the college areas. They went over there near Harvard University, those types of places. That is who their base is now. Their base in the beginning, it used to be more working class, but now I see that they have adapted to that same like PMC group that the establishment Democrats have. Those are a lot of the people who are still supporting them. That's a big part of the problem.
So, yeah, so now they've shifted just like Chuck Schumer. So now their constituency is Hillary Clinton's constituency, is Chuck Schumer's constituency. It's the white college-educated liberals in the suburbs. That's who AOC appeals to, because it makes them feel good. Look, this woman of color, I support her, as she gaslights and fucks over the working class.
That's pretty spot on from that clip, and I'll play a little more in a little bit later. But I do want to bring up this article headline that you sent in the chat.
Yeah,
I just saw it late.
Drop that in the chat. That's the article I mentioned earlier that Whitney Webb wrote. It is a complete annihilation of the Green New Deal.
Yes, and it's on, is it called MR or Mr. Online?
I think it's MR. I mean, obviously you can find it on Whitney's website as well, I'm sure. But she always laughs because when I share it, it's like 4 years old now. And anytime somebody brings up the Green New Deal and I share it, she gets like a couple more hits on it. She's always like, what is going on? But yeah, it's a very, it's Whitney Webb. So it's very well researched.
Yeah.
And yeah.